We have two crucial pieces on the SBF case. The first thing we have that we're going to go through is the exclusive transcript. This was put out by Forbes this morning. He was supposed to testify in Congress this morning or this afternoon. Either way, he was arrested yesterday. Something's going on there. There was some reason that they didn't want him to testify. The timing was all too perfect. Now, lucky for you, Everything Money is so big and so powerful. We actually had cameras down in the Bahamas that captured footage of his arrest. And here it is.
SBF, you're under arrest. Mr. Wonderful lost millions of dollars because of you. I'm going to take your Bitcoin and become a Robin Hood to the people. This is all said and done. Dave Portnoy is going to send you a champagne bottle with your name on it.
Okay, guys, so here's a list of the charges that SBF is facing. So wire fraud conspiracy, securities fraud conspiracy, and money laundering. So now let's take a look at this transcript and see what SBF was going to say to Congress today. And here is SBF.
I'd like to start by formally stating under oath, I fucked up. I know that it doesn't mean much to say that I'm sorry. And so I'm dedicating as much as myself as I can to do right by my customers. When all is said and done, I'll judge myself primarily by one metric, whether I have eventually been able to make customers whole. If I fail our customers in this regard, I have failed myself. Last year, my net worth was valued at $20 billion. Today, I would be wrong to say that I have nothing. I have a loving family and food on my plate, and that's more than life has given billions of people. But last I saw, I believe my bank account had about $100K in it. I don't know for sure, because I've been denied access to many of my own personal passwords, data, documents, and accounts. As of today, I and many other members of FTX former management team are missing access to key data that could help inform customers, inform the Chapter 11's team's decisions, and inform former regulators looking after FTX International. Nearly all of the data is held by the Chapter 11 team. I deeply regret giving in to pressure to sign forms that predicated the Chapter 11 filing just a few days after FTX International became potentially insolvent, among other things.
All right, thanks, SBF. That took a lot of bravery to come out and say that to everybody. Whew, I can't imagine. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in here. So from my understanding, remember, he created his own other kind of coin, and he had Alameda Research, and this was his quote-unquote hedge fund research team that was basically a very incestual thing going on between having family members in there and girlfriends and friends and this and that, all of which had no experience. So everyone was thinking that he was not going to be, there's no chance at extradition from the Bahamas, and that's why he was staying there, and he was supposed to testify this morning via a Zoom call or whatever to Congress, to the House, and that did not happen. So let me look. I'm going to start digging into this with you guys. He just goes on and on and on, and he starts talking about how he founded Alameda Research in 2017. He started FTX International in 2019, and that's when crypto was really starting to take off. 2018 was really when it started to take off. Now, what went wrong? Leverage. He started levering up different positions. Okay, going into these text messages, it was CZ told SBF. CZ, remember, is the CEO of Binance, who is allegedly coming under money laundering. So the adult in the room of all the children now is supposedly under investigation of money laundering. But he was told the night before the big collapse, he said, you need to stop whatever you're doing. Don't do any of these withdrawals. Don't do any of what you're doing. Go to Congress, talk about this, and do not get in any more trouble. The next day, he did exactly the opposite of that, and we are in the situation that we're in. So claims have been made. This is from SBF himself. Claims have been made that I personally, or through an entity, attempted to manipulate the stablecoin Tether in wake of the November 2022 crash. This is categorically false. I never made an attempt to manipulate price of Tether, and I am not aware of any activity by a company that I run or own intended to manipulate the price of Tether. One accusation was made by CZ, CEO of Binance, in reference to the trade size of $250,000. In addition to the accusation of being categorically false, it is absurd to think that a trade size of $250,000 could materially impact the price of Tether. CZ has plenty of context to know that these claims are both absurd and false. And it was just an endless Signal thread. For those who don't know, Signal is just another version of texting through WhatsApp or whatever. And all of this ended up coming out. Now, I was very excited to see, SBF has said multiple times, he said it when he did the interview with Andrew Ross Sorkin on CNBC. He said, I had no intention of defrauding people, of screwing people in any way. You've seen all of these celebrities that are coming out now saying I've lost millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars of endorsement money, this and that. All of this was a complete fraud. In my opinion, I don't see how it was not malicious. At some point, you use so much leverage, and don't forget the space that we're working in. This is a space of, it's a joke. It's a lot of fraud going on. A lot of the basis of cryptocurrency is to be able to pay underground and a lot of different things that you wouldn't be able to pay for in real time. And I'm sure some crypto people are going to be on here saying, that's not the point of it. That's that, this and that. Okay, but it's definitely warranted. And something that you can't explain why it's going up, well, you can't explain why it's going down. And a lot of it is coming to fruition that there's nothing behind it. There's fraudulence going on. And now the federal government is moving in. The federal government has moved in on the judicial side. They're going to move on the legislative side. I'm sure they're going to be moving in on the executive side, and there's going to be laws passed. And crypto is no longer going to be the way that is structured currently, or it has been in the past. Government is going to rule this currency or whatever you want to call the thing. So guys, if you are interested in this saga, which I am, and I'm going to do many more videos on this one, continuing to follow this saga, like, subscribe to the channel, and if you want the full transcript that came out of Forbes with all of the text messages in there, they're a little bit hazy, but you can certainly read them from the Signal text message chain in the description below. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next issue of Following SBF.